me that old cars can tell when you don't look after them. You have to talk to them, let them know that you love them. Otherwise they won't, they'll react to that and they won't run properly if you don't look after them, don't wash them. So I think Willow is a bit over me at the moment because I haven't washed her.
I can remember a very early thought of Dion at some party that we were at in LA, and he was on crutches. He came to the party in a limo, and he was on crutches in a leather jacket, and there was a couch that the leather jacket and the couch and him all melted into the couch, and he didn't move from the couch. And that's a really early thought of Dion.
This is where we are. This is the centre of town. This is the beach hotel. This is where things usually kick off early in the night, and then you stay there till about 12:30, and then everything gets a bit weird after that.
I think the first time I ever met him was actually, we were walking down the trail to Broken Head. It's pretty funny because I think Dion kept asking me questions about cameras. We were carrying all our camera gear down there, and we actually walked by these dudes shooting a porno.
He's so proactive that he forgets what he's being proactive about because he's got too many things to be proactive about. But I mean, that's a good problem to have in a way. It's better than someone that just surfs and fucking sits around on the couch when they're not surfing, playing NBA, or whatever, just something, Xbox or something retarded.
He's a fuckwit. No, he's a good dude. This is when Dion still did comps. We kind of started hanging out still. We went to Western Australia. I remember we sat on the plane next to each other and it was fucking hilarious.
The funny thing was that he frothed on filming. So he'd surf and then he'd run back and grab his camera if some pro ran down, if Taj or someone like that ran down.
This dude has his hand on this clown's crutch. This is like a weird slug clown. And this guy looks like a fucking prison clown. All that we have in our fridge at the moment is chocolate and passion pop. Some chocolate. For the last 10 years, all I've been doing is racing down the line and trying airs, and that was all I wanted to do as a kid. That was it. I didn't give a fuck about anything else. That's why I can't do a cutback to save my life.
I think he's just an exciting surfer to watch, especially when he was first trying new moves and flips, and I was there on some of the trips to capture the first flip he's done and things like that, which is really rad. But he definitely had more than surfing.
How tight are you on this thing?
No, I'm not on your face, but
all up on my face?
No, I'm not on your face.
Just like this?
You got to clap so when you can cut that.
I remember Dion just being so fascinated with the cameras because we were shooting film, and he already knew quite a bit about it. And it was pretty funny because I think he was afraid to ask too many questions or something, and he was being real, he'd be quiet, walking, looking, and then ask another question, and I swear I got the feeling I couldn't tell if he was mocking us for shooting film because I didn't know him at all, or if he was just really psyched on it,
Ray Johnson, guy from New York. He did all this stuff. This is all his work. He used to do a bunch of mail art. And this other guy, he had a bunch of people that they'd send him backwards and forwards. And then this was just a bunch of his stuff. And there's a really good documentary on him about his death because apparently his death was his biggest performance piece or whatever. He mysteriously drowned. But it was pretty interesting. It's called How to Draw a Bunny. Check it out.
Yeah, I could just tell that he was someone that I liked. I liked his surfing. And then, he just, by the questions he asked, I knew, we kind of shared some common interests or whatever. So for me, he stood out immediately, We only got to shoot for a little while, and from a surf standpoint, I thought he was good. He was still pretty raw and young. And, that's when he kind of got, went absolutely wild with a couple of his little aerial variations and stuff.
Dion Agius, Dion Agius, Dion Agius.
Dude, I know this one girl, and she's got a couple of friends. Do you know how many times I've heard that from him?
The girl that we've been hanging with, her name's Nina. Yeah. She's a lesbian, but she gives crazy Eddie Murphys. I
hate you, Warren, filming me, you fuckhead.
Oh, I heard there's a fucking pepperoni party around here.
There's a pepperoni party.
So saying my blog sucks.
Your blog is sucky.
Oh, fuck you.
Get a taco.
Hey, how am I even friends with you?
And he had a bunch of friends, and they were, one of them had a big Pennywise tattoo on his back, like this big, and he was dancing in his shirt. Maybe he took his shirt off or something. I just remember there was a huge Pennywise logo.
He likes to have a good time. He loves to have a good time.
I heard there was a few people here, but I didn't believe it, so...
If he didn't have that party element, which it'd probably be way more boring, but he's hungover, he hasn't slept, so he forgets shit, he does something retarded, he loses his wallet, his phone, his, whatever, like, that's just a full common occurrence. If he put the amount of effort he does into partying and getting girls, he would, into surfing, he would be like really, really, really good.
We haven't gotten dirt though. We still haven't let dirt out. We need to let dirt out. Let's open up the door to his dirty house and just brush off the front little walkway. We've
done that. We've brushed off the front.
Well, maybe let's go into the living room and give the rug a little thing.
Shake the rug?
Let's shake the rug of Dion's dirty house.